Championship features a David versus Goliath matchup. Colgate seeks to continue its dominance and capture a third straight tournament title. Lafayette, meantime, hopes to emulate its war hero namesake and topple the league's dominant power to reach its first NCAA tournament in 8 years. Colgate roaring.
Sixth straight Patriot League championship appearance.
I don't think I could have ever dreamed this when I first committed to Colgate.
Kick to the corner, O'Boyle for three, and we're tied again!
You can't write this stuff.
Lafayette celebrates a double overtime win.
That's college basketball right there.
One of these teams will lift the trophy and keep dancing all the way to Selection Sunday.
We feel like dancing. We feel like dancing.
Bracket Week presented by Kubota. From Cotterill Court on campus at Colgate University in Hamilton, New York, about an hour or so outside of Syracuse, Patriot League title on the line. Number 1 Colgate going for it again against 6-seeded Lafayette. Colgate rolled through its 2 playoff games, winning by 17 or more in both, scoring over 90 points in both, while Lafayette upset arch rival Lehigh in the quarterfinals, then won a double overtime thriller against American to set this showdown. Hi there, Jason Knapp here. Welcome to Central New York. Alongside Mo Cassera, Jamie Erdahl will join us with a report coming up. Mo, not a shock that Colgate's in this spot again. The Raiders won the league by 6 games in their 6th straight Patriot League title game, but it is a little surprising to see Lafayette in this position.
Lafayette was picked last in the preseason Patriot League poll, but here they are tonight playing the regular season champs. And listen, throw out the regular season record. It's 1 game now, 40 minutes, with a chance to dance.
Colgate is one of the most efficient offenses in the nation. 2nd in the country in field goal percentage. And Mo, they've got the number 1 3-point shooting team in the nation. How do you stop this attack?
Well, this team shares the ball so well. They can score and push the ball up the court. They're a willing passing team, and they're always running to that 3-point line. Tucker Richardson shares the ball so well, and Oliver Lynch-Daniels can just flat out shoot the rock. This team is tough to score, and if you put them in the little ball screen action, Keegan Records, all Patriot League selection, has got great hands and can finish around the rim.
Meantime, Lafayette in this position in part because of their defense. 2nd best in the league in stopping opponents and limiting their scoring. What do they do well?
Well, as I mentioned, throughout the regular season, this team is defending as a unit now. They guard all 5 positions. They're long, they're athletic, they're tough, and Leo O'Boyle, crafty, will dig down on the basketball.
Individually for Colgate, Tucker Richardson just has a knack, Mo, doing whatever his team needs.
And hey, he just has a knack to win, doesn't he? Patriot League Player of the Year, Defender of the Year. He shares the basketball, averaging almost a triple-double in Patriot League tournament play.
And for Lafayette, Leo O'Boyle, the senior, such a clutch 3-point shooter.
And what a performance. 23 big points and shots when they needed him. The Leopards on the road here today need Leo O'Boyle to shoot the basketball well to win.
We are ready to roll. Crowd is too. Lafayette looking to grab its 4th Patriot League title in men's basketball all time and first since 2015. Colgate looking for its 6th overall and its 3rd in a row. Tiny Cotterill Court seats less than 2,000, packed and pumped with the Raiders and Leopards ready to roll. Look at our Kubota starting lineups. Josh Rivera for Lafayette, the freshman forward, 6 20-point outings his last 14 games, including 25 against Colgate. He and sophomore Justin Vanderbond really turned up their scoring 2nd half of the season. Colgate starting 5, all average in double figures throughout. For more of the coaching matchup, let's check in with the 3rd member of our team, Jamie Erdahl.
Thank you, Jason. Thanks, Mo. 2 weeks ago, Lafayette experienced a major disruption on their sideline when the school placed their first-year head coach, Mike Jordan, on a paid leave of absence amidst an investigation. The school had received a complaint about Jordan in his first year coaching. They placed associate head coach Mike McGarvey as their acting head coach in the meantime. Now, the emotional twist here at Colgate is that both Jordan and McGarvey spent over 10 years on Matt Langle's staff here at Colgate. Guys, you can imagine this is incredibly emotional for everyone involved tonight, for Langle to watch his former assistants handle a situation like this.
Jamie, thank you. It was always going to be an awkward night, Mo, when these teams meet, considering their connections. You had a chance to talk with Coach Jordan.
I did. I shared some messages with Mike Jordan today, and he said he could not publicly comment on the situation, but he did go on to say he was incredibly proud of his staff and these players for getting to this championship game.
We saw the two results from this year. Colgate won both, but both were pretty tight. Tucker Richardson on the attack, and the rebound by Justin Vanderbond. This Colgate team, a record 17 league wins. They have not lost a home game against a conference foe in over 2 years. 30 in a row against Patriot League foes here in this building. But the Leopards ready to roll, picking up where they left off. Leo O'Boyle with the bucket, and Mo, that's the first time trailing here in the Patriot League tournament for Colgate. They led all the way in the quarters against Loyola, tied twice against Army, but never were behind.
Well, big key for Lafayette is get out to a good start. Don't get behind. Army in the semifinals found themselves trailing right away. Tough to dig out against this terrific Colgate team you mentioned, Jason. So good here at home. So terrific early start here for the Leopards.
We saw the freshman guard for Colgate, Brayton Smith, have an opportunity from long range. This Raider team good for about 8 made threes per game, with a 40% from long range, tops in the country. Deep in the shot clock here for Lafayette. Pull up for TJ Berger, partially blocked. Richardson looking to run. This Colgate team lethal in transition. Oliver Lynch-Daniels, #1 in the nation in three-point shooting himself at over 50%. Not able to hit from deep.
Now the career Patriot League three-point percentage leader, OLD, gets a good look. Colgate loves to push the ball at the court, loves to throw it ahead, and they love threes in transition.
If you look at these two offenses and think they're doing similar stuff, they are. We mentioned the Colgate connection for the staffs. McGarvey and this crew running similar things. The issue is in the first year for Lafayette, trying to understand the read and react mode, they go deep into the shot clock. Sometimes it takes some time for them to kind of figure out what's going on. There, quick attack and the finish from Keegan Records.
So many ties, Jason, as you mentioned, between these two programs. And there's the development of Keegan Records. Not only a great finisher, but great hands around the rim.
6'10" senior from South Kingstown, Rhode Island. #1 in the league among the nation's leaders in field goal percentage, 67%. Josh Rivera, part of the all-rookie team here in the Patriot League. The kickback. O'Boyle. Ryan Moffitt defending. O'Boyle, mid-range shot goes. One off his career high Sunday with 23 and 6 triples in the semifinal win, and now a couple of big twos at the outset for the Leopards. Richardson not able to hit it from deep, and early on, Mo, 3 looks from deep for Colgate, all unsuccessful.
Their early start here for the Leopards, very good. Lafayette will take some time off the clock, and there you see the freshman with another look, but Colgate will take a bad shot or a miss, and they will push it to instant offense.
Josh Rivera not able to hit from deep. Lynch-Daniels looking back for Brayden Smith. 78.5 points per game. Lead the league, do the Raiders. Ryan Moffitt. He's got elite three-point shooting ability. And Mo, Colgate gets a lot of threes in transition, but sometimes in the half-court offense, teams are willing to give up those shots.
They are. Lafayette's got to defend through every possession, but this pace early on favors Lafayette. A little choppy and getting some opportunity to take some time off the shot clock.
O'Boyle for Kyler Jenkins, reliable junior out of the state of Connecticut. Will attack baseline, kick it over for Vanderbond. Pull up, no. The sophomore 7-foot transfer from Boston College. It's tapped out. Lafayette will keep it, but just 2 on the shot clock.
Vanderbond's been a big reason that this team has played well in the second half of the season. There you see acting head coach Mike McGarvey. Got a chance to visit with him today. Certainly familiar with this gym and a terrific coach who's won a lot of games at the Division III level. We'll talk more about him. O'Boyle got 2 on the shot clock.
Quick release. Can't hit. Smith. Outlet. Richardson. Finish. Textbook off a miss for Colgate. They will run and go.
I talked about it. You take a quick or a bad shot and watch out. You better get back. Transition defense, so important. Rivera takes advantage of the mismatch there.
Can't finish inside. Lynch-Daniels behind the back. Moffitt. Baseline attack. You see the Leopard D corralling him. Colgate, resetting this team among the league leaders in a bunch of categories. Third in the nation in assists. Smith will do it himself. The freshman from Seattle knocking it down from deep.
Unflappable on the all-rookie team for Colgate this season. All the way from Seattle, Washington. Is it loud in here? What, Jason? This environment is just the best. This is what it's all about. March Madness at its finest.
Lafayette, just 2 of 8 shooting thus far, but still hanging around. Tap here to Lynch Daniel. Moffitt will hold. Smith from the elbow. Nice feed. Reverse won't go for Ryan Moffitt.
Both of these teams will switch a lot on defense. They've got interchangeable players. They both got great length and size.
Timeout here on the floor. Leo O'Boyle trying to keep his senior season rolling here for Lafayette. Braden Smith, the freshman, getting new to all this March big-time stuff. 3 Patriot League tournament titles under Fran O'Hanlon, who departed last year after 27 years at the helm. Leo O'Boyle, recruited by Coach O, said he wanted to stay here to try to win with this group. And you see the bang that O'Boyle took on that last sequence, and Mo kind of came over to the side. They stopped play to get checked out on that left shoulder. And you see maybe him popping that in. It's been an issue earlier this year for him, and that's the reason we had the stoppage that does serve as our media timeout.
What a tough kid, Leo O'Boyle, Scranton, PA, former high school football player as well. So he's taken a few hits in his career. One thing neither one of these teams had a lot of is depth. Some injuries we'll talk about, and certainly not real deep benches as well.
Eric Sonberg, 6'7" junior from Davidsonville, Maryland, checks in for the first time. In the lane, Berger leaves off. Vanderbaan able to lay it in. Again, the 7-footer continuing to rise. Big double-double for him. 19 points, 13 rebounds against American in the semifinals.
Yeah, and career high 23 against Colgate. We kind of watched his coming out party. See an open 3 in the corner for Tuck.
Gets his own rebound. Back to Moffitt. Jeff Woodward in for Keegan Records. Another big here for Colgate. He'll flash to the cup. And Woodward, 6'11" junior from Audubon, PA, to the free throw line. Hey, Mo, we talk about guys not here. This is a big guy not playing for Lafayette. C.J. Fulton, the sophomore from Belfast, Northern Ireland. 3rd team All-League, 2nd of the Patriot League in assists, 2nd in steals. Such a guiding force for his team. Weird injury. He has a partially collapsed lung. He sat out 2 games, and those things can heal. It did. He played in the quarterfinal win against Lehigh, but it propped up again. Out in the semis, not cleared again to play today, but he's so valuable, the leader in minutes played in the league this season.
Yeah, such a tough kid. Feel for him not being able to play today in this incredible game. You see Woodward finishing 2 there. And back to Vanderbaan, you know, a guy who really, he has changed the course of this season for Lafayette. Being able to play, stay on, defend, and obviously finish around the rim has really changed Lafayette's strength and certainly presence up front in the end part of the season.
See this Lafayette team, even without its starting point guard, shares it pretty well. T.J. Berger has it right now. 6'4" sophomore from Malvern, PA. Basically quarterback of this offense, but a lot of guys can set it up. Jenkins not able to hit. Outlet. Dunk. Jeff Woodward loves the big game atmosphere.
He sure does. We mentioned it in the open. He loves this big atmosphere. And I'll tell you, the whole football team on the baseline loves Jeff Woodward and loves the big dog.
Flashing in is Vanderbaan, and the sophomore able to draw the contact in the foul.
Throw the ball ahead in transition. This team does it so well. And I'll tell you what, right at us. Here he comes, Big Jeff. The student section under the bench loves it. Tell you what, the football coach might like to get him on the gridiron for a couple possessions.
He'd be an imposing, maybe tight end target out there at 6'11". So too with this 7-footer. And Mo just finding his rhythm and Mike McGarvey talking to us today about his mobility and pick and rolls, and his jumpers can spread the floor for this team and really open things up for others.
And he has a unique defensive presence. We were talking to Matt Langle earlier today that he can kind of change a game defensively. He's not a real physical guy, but he stands back and he protects the rim. We had him earlier at Holy Cross in February. He had 14 points and 10 big rebounds. Since that point, he has progressed and really helped this Leopard team get to this championship game.
Averaging 7 points per game this season, averaging 13 and a half over the last 10. Free throw shooting. We'll talk about it. Neither of these teams are especially good from the stripe. In fact, Lafayette 62% in the bottom 10 in the nation. We'll certainly track that as you have a couple of misses. Too early makes from the line for Colgate. Woodward in deep on Vanderbilt. Woodward so patient in the post, can't get it to go. Smith in there, tangling for the offensive rebound, can't get it.
Big stop for Lafayette. Against this good half-court Colgate defense, trying to get something in transition here, there, an easy basket. Important here for Lafayette as they've struggled now offensively the last couple minutes.
Just 3 of 11 shooting. Neither team has a turnover at this point. Both really good at protecting the basketball. Nice little spin move there for Jenkins. His athleticism and size, Mike McGarvey saying he's really starting to realize he could be a factor in so many facets of the game.
Yeah, Kyle Jenkins, great body, 6'7", 220, plays a ton of minutes and has played a lot, all-rookie performer in his first season at Lafayette.
One of 3 Leopards with double-doubles in that double overtime thriller in the semifinal. Kick back for Lynch Daniels. He'll drive, tough 2, got the roll. Transfer in from Houston Baptist after a couple of seasons there. 3 now for Colgate, and a big-time scoring X-Factor.
And a big-time nickname, OLD, Oliver Lynch Daniels.
24 years of age, call him old.
That's right.
He has gotten things done for this team. Oh boy, now Leopards down 5, turnover. First giveaway of the game. Richardson. Again, that 7-foot presence of Vanderbond backing Richardson out of the paint. Woodward backing down one-on-one. Can't get it. O'Boyle doing enough, and Woodward going to pick up his 2nd foul. Timeout on the floor. Colgate been in this spot before, looking for another crowd. Mike McGarvey and the Raiders looking to pull the surprise on the road as you watch Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. Bracket Week presented by Kubota. Colgate 13, Lafayette 8, under 11 left to go here. First half. Look at the Reese's player profile for Braden Smith here. First college game for the freshman from Seattle, Mo. He checks in with 20 points on the road against Buffalo. For more on him, let's go to our Jamie Erdahl.
Yeah, the freshman point guard is as seasoned as they come, and he's the floor general for a team that has massive veteran presence. But if you ask anyone at Colgate, Braden is mature and as balanced as they come. He was a high school quarterback at Seattle Prep. Matt Langle told me that he was shocked how under-recruited Braden was coming out of Seattle. He thinks it was his affinity for football that may have deterred other basketball coaches from getting him. But it was the aforementioned Mike Jordan was the one that found him. Langle's assistant at the time convinced Braden to come to Colgate, and it has been a match made in heaven for the point guard spot ever since.
Certainly is. Thanks, Jamie. Mo, you and I have watched Braden Smith, and Matt Langle told us that story, how he didn't have any other offers, and we're like, how?
No, just have to shake your head. Of course, recruited by Mike Jordan, as Jamie mentioned, and a guy that has just stepped in, and he's just unflappable. I was talking to Matt Langle about him earlier this morning, and he just says he's just got such a great demeanor for a young point guard.
Right now, this Colgate team, 35% shooting, just 1 of 6 from long range. Kick to the corner, and that's knocked down. Chandler Baker, transfer in from Belmont Abbey, Division II school in North Carolina, over 40% from long range in the season.
And how fun is it to play for the Colgate team? You get to come off the bench, as soon as you touch it, shoot it for a 3. Great bench effort in Chandler Baker.
Raiders back here in front by 8. largest lead of the game.
Yeah, Raiders, Colgate caught in a switch. How about him? Double figures, 8 of his last 10 games, playing more minutes. Another big offensive opportunity. Lafayette down 6. Another stop here will get him back in the game.
Records on the roll, checking back in as Woodward's on the bench with 2 fouls, and Keegan able to finish.
You know, it's that two-man game. Tucker Richardson, Keegan Records, veteran guys, and Tucker is such a willing passer.
Already a couple of assists in this contest. Make it 3 now for Tucker Richardson. Kick out. Berger on the way from long range. And Lafayette struggling to find the range from beyond the arc. 0 of 6 are the Leopards after hitting a bevy of them in the semifinals.
You see this little two-man game. Tucker will take the basketball and come off, and he certainly loves to throw the ball up in the air. And Keegan Records got such great mitts to catch the ball.
Mike McGarvey and the Leopards hit 14 threes, including 8 in the first half, as they roared to the lead against American. And they squandered a 20-plus point lead before surviving in double OT. But if they don't defend that guy better, they're not going to survive this night. Records the and 1.
We spoke about it earlier, too. One thing we don't have a lot of if you're Lafayette is depth on the bench. And Keegan Records, great catch and finish. Love the way he keeps the basketball high. His footwork has so improved. Able to take the hit. The former New England guys playing here on this big stage. Keegan Records, of course, went to St. Andrews Prep in Rhode Island, and Vanderbond from right outside of Worcester, Mass. Transferred from Boston College.
Another key hoop for Records. Mom Lurie in the stands looking on. And family members here, they know how to make the pilgrimage to the village of Hamilton, New York. Only about 4,000 residents here in central New York. These Colgate fans, they've been doing it here with this tournament final here at Cotterill Court for a 5th consecutive year. Make sure to tune into the 2023 Reese's College All-Star Game presented by Walmart on March 31st live at 4:30 Eastern right here on CBS Sports Network. 21-10. Colgate in front of Lafayette. Sonberg back here for Berger. Ryan Pettit, freshman out of Westfield, New Jersey, on the floor. Turns it over.
Lafayette going to have to go to the bench, play some different guys. I think offensively, they've got to try to find a way to get Leo Boyle some shots early on in the game. Boyle, 2 big baskets, really had the momentum for Lafayette. Now Colgate up 11 here, kind of getting into the danger zone time. If you're Lafayette, need a stop and maybe a quick run out.
Vanderbond with the 2 fouls, taking a seat. Underneath, Records takes advantage. Timeout, Lafayette. Tucker Richardson, already 5 assists. 10 or more in the last 2 games, setting up Keegan Records, and Colgate has it rolling. 13-point cushion for top-seeded Colgate here in the Patriot League final against 6th seed Lafayette. Coming up, Patriot League championship play Sunday in women's basketball. See which teams will try and come out on top for a chance at the big stage here on CBS Sports Network. Top-seeded Boston University hosts Army in one of the semifinals tomorrow. Holy Cross, Lehigh in the oven. Here in this championship mode, it's not a broken record, but Keegan Records is still going to the bucket on and on and on.
Well, get used to us saying Richardson to Records. It's that 2-man game, putting Lafayette constantly in that high ball screen or side ball screen action. And if you don't take away Records, Tucker then will step back and shoot it. Tucker Richardson already 5 assists in this game. And Keegan Records 9 big points.
And Tucker Richardson, Matt Langel said, has just kind of taken matters into his own hands of running this offense recently. Again, 8 assists per game the last 6 games, 2 9 assists per game, 11 in the quarters, 12 in the semis. Rivera working hard, and the freshman rewarded with the and 1.
Terrific job by Mike McGarvey. Calling a timeout, settling his team down, and then go to the big freshman. Josh Rivera, 6'7", 200-pound freshman. Great presence around the rim, ability to finish. Nice call there, kind of settle the run down. Terrific coaching, and this is what you need to do if you're Lafayette. Change the pace of the game. Three-point play, get to the foul line. Obviously, Jason, making free throws so important here on the road. And there you see Josh Rivera, his stats throughout the season, his steady improvement. Another all-rookie performer in the Patriot League.
Talk to him at shoot-around for the team today, saying he's feeling more confident as the season's progressed in the offense, more time and understanding everything that's going on in this read and react system. Free throws for Lafayette, all three have been missed thus far. Points at a premium against this Colgate team that can score a bunt. Vince Daniels open. Got it. And he's got a lot of those. Number one in the nation, over 50% from long range this year.
The all-time leader in Patriot League three-point percentage. But how about the pass from Tuck? 6 assists now in the first half.
Headed. Kick out. Sonberg eyeing it up. He's got it. And the junior hit a three in the semifinal, one of 6 Leopards to knock down a triple, and delivers here in the championship. Big first one from beyond the arc in the game for Lafayette.
Yeah, big answer, a much-needed basket, and kind of take away the momentum there for Colgate.
Live, Records, bucket. Give him 11 already. And Records, another assist from Richardson, his 7th.
Tucker Richardson's like a play ahead of everybody else. So smart with the ball. Another assist and constantly looking for Keegan Records. But how about Josh Rivera? His size and physical presence up front. New Jersey native, did a year of prep school at Putnam Science, and they got themselves a good one in Easton, PA, and freshman Josh Rivera.
He's been able to wrap it up again, second half of the season with 6 games scoring 20 or more. Kick out, Lynch Daniels. Richardson, kick back. Oliver puts it on the deck. Mid-range pull-up will fall. 7 now for him.
Matt Longo says just an absolute gym rat, and that's why his shooting percentage is so great, makes big shots, and certainly unflappable OLD.
Right now, this Colgate team has got it going on offense. They've hit 8 of their last 9 from the floor. And again, this team rarely turns it over. Number 2 in the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio. Only Virginia is better in that category nationwide. Richardson sees the seam, can't score. Tapped out by Colgate. Lafayette ball.
Yeah, Keegan Records, so good. You see him down here, and the ball screen action coming off. Tucker Richardson, so good at finding different players at the right time. You see there, catch, pass. He was already thinking one play ahead. And Keegan Records so good at finding position. Great hands and feet for the 6'10" senior.
This Colgate team really takes what the defense gives you. First 2 meetings this year, Keegan Records averaged just 7 points. Lafayette held him in check, but not so far in this one. Rivera rejected by Records. Smith can't control it, but it's off the foot of Jenkins. Colgate ball.
Well, Berger a little unselfish that time at the basket. Got to take the layup when you have it. Makes that extra pass, certainly looking for the aggressive Josh Rivera, but defensive all Patriot League team, Keegan Records, says no, sir.
Records on the ball. Working against O'Boyle. Leo reaching in to tie him up, but they'll call a foul. Again, the only 2 fouls on Lafayette in the half on Justin Vanderbond, so he's out. Means O'Boyle at 6'7's got to defend the 6'10 Records.
Yeah, tough to play behind and allow Records to come back to that strong left shoulder with that strong right hand. Baseline out of bounds underneath. Colgate really good. Watch Tucker Richardson get that ball and getting that 2-man action.
Right back to Records and right in.
Take away Tucker, they'll go right inside to Keegan, and We will talk about this team playing in their 6th Patriot League championship game and what they may be able to do in the NCAA tournament should they hang on here and win, because they got great size. They shoot it from the perimeter, and they just flat out know how to win.
Record 6 of 6 from the floor, and the lead now stretched to 15. Biggest it's been in the game. O'Boyle, boy, working hard and rewarded the and one off the window. His 3rd bank shot make of this game.
Keegan Records slipped to the basket, come back to that strong right hand over his left shoulder. And Leo O'Boyle started the game with a couple tough shots. He's crafty, isn't he? Knows how to use that backboard. Another bank shot. Really important now for Lafayette. Just over 4 minutes here. Go into halftime, try to get that game at 10 or under 10.
O'Boyle with the make. Let's check in with Jamie.
With his back to the basket, that is where O'Boyle spent his time in high school. He was the big guy on his team. When he got to Lafayette, coaches told him, you can earn more time if you become a slashing 3 guard. So he spent his first offseason after his freshman year doing so. But in moments like this, he has to play big. He feels confident he can hit every spot on the court. That was a great 3.
Jamie certainly was. Tucker Richardson, all the assists, 8 of them so far, knocking it down from long range. 4th triple of the half for Colgate. O'Boyle again in close. Berger out of the pack with it, giving Lafayette a second chance.
Yeah, Lafayette's got to find another scoring option.
I think we have a shot clock issue. Greg Moyer taking a timeout for them to get reset, and will take a timeout. 3:43 left to go here opening half.
Player of the Year in the Patriot League, Defensive Player of the Year in the Patriot League, Student Athlete of the Year, and he can flat out score. Colgate up 15.
Colgate trying to win the Patriot League title for a 4th time in 5 years and 3rd year in a row. Don't forget, coming up on AT&T at the half, Adam Zucker and the gang will get you caught up on all the scores and highlights from around college basketball that's ahead on AT&T at the half. Mo, those automatic bids are going like hotcakes.
Oh, this is the best time of year, isn't it? Just get your bracket ready to fill it in on Sunday, and so many big games here on the network, and none bigger than our Patriot League this evening.
Saw Texas A&M Corpus Christi in the Southland. Latest one to be snagged. The next one here, the victor of this one, either Colgate or Lafayette. Tucker Richardson, again, a lot of these players getting the bonus COVID year in his 5th straight tournament title game for the Raiders. He's been a factor since his freshman campaign and helping lead Colgate his double-digit advantage first half. Inside, O'Boyle able to finish. Nice feed from sophomore Devin Hines on the floor for the first time.
And another nice set play out of the timeout. Go inside to O'Boyle. He's got to continue to just get offensive looks. Try to get this lead to 10 or under going into halftime.
Records again. Why not? Guy shoots almost 70% from the floor. They're not stopping him. Keep pounding the rock to the paint. 7 of 7 in this game now for Records.
And the team about 60% here in the first half shooting.
15 of 25 indeed. Raiders started 5 of 14, Mo. Since then, they've hit 10 of their last 11 from the floor.
Yeah, Colgate continues to switch everything on defense. Lafayette's got to try to find a way to take advantage of that mismatch.
Smith dumped down for Records. Nice poach there from Rivera.
Yep, can't just let him play one-on-one in the post. Good dig down by Rivera.
First turnover of the game for Colgate here, over 17 minutes in.
And there's a mismatch again. Point guard on forward. Terrific job.
Super spin and score.
A nice pass by O'Boyle. That's exactly what I was talking about. Take advantage of that aggressive switching defense by Colgate. Try to find the mismatch.
Smith surveys. What a feed. Richardson, the recipient that time.
Never standing. This team does so much without any dribble. That's what makes him so tough to guard. Tucker Richardson constantly moving without the basketball.
Well, Smith already with 4 helpers. This team, Mo, 14 assists on 16 made field goals. Hines can't get the roll. Outlet. Smith for three.
That might have brought the roof down in here. A banked-in three on transition. Big minute and a half here for the Leopards. See if they can't take advantage of this switching defense again.
Berger, corner pull-up. 3/4 of the way down, stayed out. O'Boyle denied. Richardson there in a block sense. Rickards. The Raiders rumbling. This building rumbling. Offensive rebound there, Sonberg. Hines short. What hustle here from the junior for the Leopards, getting another crack.
Matt Langle and this entire building, this entire community on their feet here in Hamilton.
For the shot clock. Sonberg got to put it up himself. Can't hit. The offense soaring, and the defense has been pretty suffocating too. Keegan Rickards on a mission, and the rest of his teammates ready to roll. Final stages, first half. Colgate here by 17. This is not a surprise, Mo, to have this lead for Matt Langle's team. Coming in, won 8 straight, 19 of their last 20. Only one loss since December 22nd, and that was American on the road in D.C. by a single point. They have won some close games here in league play, but in the big moments, their veteran players have risen to the occasion, and here when it was tight, they've taken advantage of those big moments in this game.
Yeah, you're right, Jason. They have to go back all the way before Christmas before they had another loss other than that American. Lafayette changes defense here, a little 1-3-1 zone, try to take Colgate out of what they're doing in comfort zone 6 on the game clock.
Moffitt, who had 2 fouls, just checked back in. Maybe they get a look from 3 through his hands and out.
Nice job by Lafayette there. That was a big possession. Try to get a little something to hang your hat on, if you will, going into halftime. Little change, 1-3-1 defense, and get the turnover. 3.5 on the shot clock.
There's not a lot of turnovers here for this team.
Knew the 1-3-1 came at him. Nice job by acting head coach Mike McGarvey. Another nice play out of the timeout, but it's really been the quick run-outs and the offensive attack for Colgate, switching defense. A little over 4 here, try to get something. Colgate had 1 foul to give. Tucker will reach in there and give it, so now they'll play straight up. Don't want to foul a jump shooter here. 2.6 on the game clock.
First foul there on Richardson. Coach McGarvey trying to get his team ready for this last attempt of the half. Rivera just heaved from half court. Ooh. Off the front rim. This Colgate team so good when leading at the break. 20-3 this season. And a 17-point advantage, their largest of the game. Let's check in with Jamie, with Matt Lang.
Coach, you said before this game you needed your guys to go about their business as usual. Grade that first half because the execution looked pretty good.
Yeah, I think for the most part, especially on the defensive end, we did a good job. We gave up a couple easy baskets in the post, but you know, with our size disadvantage, that's going to happen. I'd like for us to make a couple better decisions on the offensive end. That last possession wasn't very good.
Lafayette was able to score on some set plays. How much do you need to speed them up with your defense?
Yeah, just need to be solid. Make it hard on what they do. That's not who we are to force them into turnovers, but just make every possession as hard as we possibly can for them.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Almost 61% shooting for Matt Langle and his team in the first half. Kind of near what they've done all season. 41-24. Colgate chasing another title. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. Here at Cotterill Court on campus at Colgate. Top-seeded Raiders leading here 41-24 against Lafayette at halftime. Courtside here in Central New York, Jason Knapp, Mo Cassera. This Colgate team, Mo, has set the standard in this league the last half decade or so, and that standard for other teams, it's tough to live up to.
They just know how to win. 6 straight Patriot League championship appearance. They shoot 60% in the first half tonight.
Again, Lafayette kind of held the Raiders at bay for a little while, and then as you look at the first half stats, brought to you by Mountain Dew, the Raiders just said, you know what, we're going to dump it to our big guy. Go ahead and try and stop it.
They can beat you so many ways. They'll throw it ahead in transition. You take a bad shot, they'll quickly run out and know how to finish around the rim. They share it in the half court. They continually space off the dribble, always looking for shooters. Fast break, great hands and finish. In this little two-man game, if you can't stop it, they're just going to keep going to it. Records was spectacular, 8 for 8, 17 big points.
For more on what Lafayette is thinking at this point, let's check in with Jamie Erdahl.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, Mike McGarvey just admitted to me after a pretty good start for Lafayette in the first half, he felt like this incredible crowd at Colgate got to his guys and they started to feel less confident in their shots. Their shot selection, to his point, they only went 4 for 20 on shots that were not assisted. He wants the ball moved more, kind of like how Colgate's playing on offense. Don't hear the ball hit the floor, pass around and find the best shot for Lafayette.
Lafayette, Mo, actually assists on 69% of their field goals, most of any team in Division I in the nation. But again, haven't gotten much outside of that in this game, trying to find more offense and tighten up the defense too here against this Colgate team. Smith thinking maybe you'd have the steal. And Mike McGarvey, acting head coach, been a head coach, Division III level the last 3 years, like coming in Pennsylvania, another championship, albeit on a bigger stage for him and this team. Richardson with the intercept. Leave off, Records rejected, and a foul. Mo, if you're Coach McGarvey and Lafayette, how are you trying to build your way back into this game?
Well, you mentioned it, Jason. Mike McGarvey, been a head coach before, great player, played in a lot of big games. You see Tucker Richardson, defensive player of the year in the Patriot League. Talks so much about what he does offensively, but just in the right place at the right time. And back to Lafayette and McGarvey, coming out of the half, you have to say, look, we've got to break this game down into sections. We got to go out and win this first 4 minutes, get ourselves back in the game, get a good offensive possession, try to chip away at this thing play by play.
They had big leads in both of their playoff games thus far. Records not able to hit, and again, great shooting from the floor so far for him. But Mo, this team lost a 21-point lead and still found a way in a couple of overtimes. Can they come back here? Records again, even on a high degree of difficulty going away from the bucket scores.
Well, look who passed it to him. Tucker Richardson. Not the start Lafayette wanted. A couple quick runouts for Colgate. Got to find some offense here. Vanderbond maybe try to establish some presence around there and get to that foul line.
Records now with 20, his 5th game with that many this season of the scoring category. And defense to offense on runouts, so key for Colgate.
What makes this team so great and so experienced is their size, their unselfish play. They share the basketball. You make a mistake, they will turn it into a basket.
That's also the 4th block of the game for Keegan Records, among the league leaders in that category too. CBS Sports celebrates Women's History Month, recognizing the outstanding contributions women and girls have made on and off the field of play. Justin Vanderbond only played 11 minutes first half, saddled with 2 fouls, back in and knocking it down from the free throw line.
In the first 2 Patriot League games for Lafayette, they held their 2 opponents combined to 35 in the first half. Colgate just lighting it up here, tough to guard.
Yeah, Colgate at 41 alone in that opening half. And again, not a surprise for the top scoring team in the league. Berger can't stick it from long range. Then Lafayette had 14 threes in its double overtime win in the semis. Just 1 of 10 from long range in this game. Record saves it. Ryan Moffitt, reliable senior defender and scorer. He had 2 fouls, sat for a chunk of that half. checks in with his first bucket of the game.
Missed a couple games with a knee injury. Back in now, Ryan Moffitt. Great size. 6'6", 220 from Lancaster, PA. Did a prep year at the Hill School and came in early more as a defender, but now just a consummate offensive cog for Colgate.
20-point cushion here for the Raiders. Pull up Berger. Hit the deck, missed everything. And turnover for Lafayette.
You see Ryan Moffitt here taking his time. And watch, there's so many guys spaced out all around the court. If you stay with them, he's just going to flat out go in and score around the rim.
And this Raider team, so many ways to beat you. Moffitt, kick to the corner for Richardson. Deal it back for Lynch Daniels. 4 different players have a 3. Richardson bidding for a second. Too strong.
Another opportunity maybe for Lafayette here. Try to get Josh Rivera, the terrific freshman, some touches around the rim. See if he can't get himself to the foul line as well.
Rivera, 6 points on 3 of 8 shooting. Lafayette, though, just 31% as a team. O'Boyle's been good in the post. Short that time.
Nice offense. Try to take advantage of that switching at OLD on his back. And nice look.
Beacon Records with 20 of the 46 for the Raiders. And giveaway there for Richardson. Just the 3rd of this contest. For Colgate. Vandervon, extra pass, O'Boyle. That's a good spot for him in the corner. Can't get it. Hands for Lynch Daniels. O'Boyle again. Rivera. Hard working on the offensive end.
Terrific offensive glass, extra possession. There you see the toughness of Lafayette and why they're here in this championship game. Just constantly working hard going to the offensive glass.
Smith, mid-range. It falls.
Little future of the Patriot League on display here. The 2 freshmen going at it.
In the mid-range game, 3-point abilities, power in the post. They've got it all. Rivera going strong, and Records rising up to deny that. Maybe the second, I believe, on Records. Remember, Woodward with 2 in the first half of the foul category.
Big-time athlete, attacking the rim. This is a high-level game, I'll tell you what. 2 teams playing and so much on the line here. Of course, Patriot League top seed gets to play at home. And, hey, this is something all these players, all these coaches dream about. Chance to go to the NCAA tournament. And Colgate, maybe their greatest strength and attribute is they've got experience. They've been there before, and they know what all these big games are about.
Woodward only played 4 minutes, had that emphatic dunk, couple of free throws first half before picking up his second foul. He's back in, and Records to the bench. And Rivera back again at the free throw line. Four hops off the rim and doesn't fall.
Yeah, can't miss too many more of those if you want to get back in this game. But I mentioned breaking the game up. How do you come back from being down a big number at halftime, win each 4-minute section? I think Lafayette has won this first 4-minute section in the second half.
Woodward back for Smith. Richardson giving it to Woodward. Hesitates, can't hit. If that had gone, Tucker Richardson would have assist number 10. Still with 15 and change left to go. Richardson trying to lead Moffitt and too strong. Haven't been a lot of miscues offensively for Colgate. A rare one there. Everything else has been flowing well, including a key bucket from the freshman Braden Smith.
Colgate extending their lead against Lafayette in the Patriot League Championship. The entire community here in Hamilton, including the men's basketball team, lost a very special faculty member just 3 short weeks ago. Among his other prestigious roles on campus, Dr. Ephraim Woods was the faculty liaison for the men's basketball team. Woods passed away mid-February after being diagnosed with brain cancer within the last year. His role with the team was to provide academic support for the guys, especially when they were asked to miss class. They are wearing patches for the remainder of this season. Matt Langle is emotional at practice at times as he remembers his friend and a man that was ever present amongst his program. Dr. Woods' wife, Carrie, is here tonight. She's also a lecturer on campus, as well as his daughter, Lily, who's a student up the street at Syracuse. His son, Aiden, is also a student here at Colgate.
Jamie, thanks. It's been an emotional time for the whole Colgate community. Matt Langle always talks about a night like this, having the chance to compete for these type of opportunities. Says you'll love to watch the players celebrate when it goes well, but all the kind of teaching and life moments along the way, chance to impact lives for someone like Dr. Woods, someone like Coach Langle, those are larger moments.
They sure are in this tremendous, tight-knit Hamilton community. Got a chance to see President Brian Casey before the game walking around, talking to students, and there you see Matt Langle, and what a job he's done here. And as you mentioned, Jason, a well-documented story, and certainly Matt Langle and his entire staff have been so valuable to this Colgate and Hamilton community.
Again, if you're just joining us, we're in Hamilton, New York, about an hour or so southeast of Syracuse. The village of Hamilton, so only about 4,000 people. So a lot of the town is tied to the school here, and they have really wrapped their arms around this basketball team that shot to prominence here in the last half dozen years. Wave off the basket. Greg Moyer has an offensive foul on the inside against Colgate.
Well, this is a play here. Tuck's got to learn to probably jump stop, play off 2 feet, finish that little shot. Oh boy, oh, tough kid. Went out with a shoulder injury early. Mentioned former football player, and they need him here offensively. Get it going, maybe another 3.
That one won't fall for Berger. Richardson, who picked up the last foul, his second, leads the break. Moffitt. He might be the 5th choice on offense for this team, and he's the 3rd most accurate three-point shooter in Patriot League history.
And 3rd team All-Patriot League selection. Tucker Richardson now with 10 assists.
Moffitt leading it down this time. Lafayette just 1 field goal this half. Moffitt can't go back-to-back from deep.
Lafayette got to get O'Boyle another look here offensively.
Rivera, tough pull up, no. Rebound Moffitt. And again, 1 of 12 shooting here in this second half. Again, Mo, you look at the balance for this team and what they can do offensively at the rim, elsewhere in two-point land, beyond the arc.
That 2-man game is so difficult. Tucker's so good with the basketball, and he has such great size, so he can finish around the rim. And
we're on triple-double alert.
Yes,
as you see, the 3 is knocked down. Timeout here by Lafayette after the made 3 from Berger, trying to get some momentum and battle back here at Colgate.
Colgate with the big lead here at home, and this team's so good on the fast break. You see Tucker Richardson, he's got all kinds of options. He can go this way, he can go this way. But what he really wants to do is set up his buddy, Ryan Moffitt, who's running down the court right here, who's going to run right to the three-point line. He sets him up in rhythm, 1-2 step, catch, finish, 10 assists for Tucker. And his buddy Ryan happy on the receiving end of another transition 3, and that's 12 big fast break points for Colgate.
Darren Moffitt looking on. And Mo, you touched on it. His son has grown in so many ways. Had to guard an all-league guy in Will Raymond as a freshman in practice. Became a better defender because of that, and has started to showcase his offense more and more throughout his career.
Matt Langle, through this 6-year run, has just constantly found guys like Moffitt that have just gotten better and better, under-recruited since they was in high school, and just gotten better and better. Another mismatch there for Rivera underneath.
Rivera kicking back for Jenkins. Jenkins had a double-double in the semifinal win, but only 2 points in this game. Second chance is good there for the Lafayettes. Sonberg's provided energy here, and now a little production off the bench.
Yep, and they have to keep going to the offensive glass.
Never a good sign to leave the #1 three-point shooter in the nation wide open.
In the nation, and also the all-time percentage three-point shooter. Just a gym rat for Matt Langel.
Devin Hines taking it strong there for Lafayette. Looking for stops, though, at the other end. Again, Colgate still shooting over 60% from the floor. Woodward going and attacking and gets the roll.
Likes the big stage, doesn't he, the big fella? Got the playoff beard grown in.
This game taking a little freewheeling feeling now. And that plays totally to Colgate. Lynch Daniels missed with a left hand. Rivera will pull up. Long rebound. Become a better three-point shooter as the season's progressed. In this Lafayette team, regular season tied with Colgate in one matchup with 5 minutes left before the Raiders went on a run to win as Moffitt scores on the inside. 4-point game in the second meeting, but this one is starting to get out of range.
This fan base just relishing the fact that all these players, I think it's worth noting, Jason, have never played a road playoff game in the Patriot League. That just shows their dominance over this last 6-year run.
And here in this building, it has become virtually unwinnable for road teams here in the league. 30 straight home wins against conference foes for Colgate. Kick out Smith. Can't knock it down. Well, overall here at home the last 5 seasons, 66-7 for Colgate. Hines on the take. A couple of buckets for him off the bench for Lafayette.
Got to give this Leopard program a lot of credit. Gone through a lot these last few weeks. Busloads of fans made the drive up today. Their band is here. Their student body jammed in the top corner of this arena.
Again, this is a team, Mo, with 22 losses. Lafayette went 2-11 in non-conference play. Entered the tournament on a 4-game losing streak, but they showed signs of improving as the year has gone on. Fought hard in the first 2 rounds. But right now, they're facing the Patriot League Titans here the last few years in the Colgate Raiders. Jeff Woodward on the inside. Ryan Moffitt, too. The Raiders can see another trip to the big dance. You're watching Bracket Week, presented by Kubota. Those Colgate Raiders, yeah, they're thoroughbreds, dashing ahead of the competition here against Lafayette. Well, coming up, Mountain West Tournament Championship game for the women in Las Vegas between Wyoming and UNLV. See it here. After us, 10 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Keegan Records, well, influencing things, Mo, at both ends.
First team all Patriot League, offense and defense. Sharing the basketball, 4 blocks, 20 points, 9 for 9 from the field. That big, strong right hand, and love his hands and teamwork. Just done everything, gotten so much better over his time here in Hamilton, and really just the anchor for this team, both defensively and offensively.
Like a lot of guys in this Colgate squad have developed throughout his career. Lori Records there watching on. And this team looking confident and working with a lead, Mo, a position they've become familiar with, especially here in recent history in this Patriot League tournament. Records' first miss of the night after making his initial 9 shots from the floor. Rivera! Right down Broadway.
Wow, is he a terrific athlete.
Putting it on the deck and going with gusto. First Leopard into double figures now with 11 points. Richardson scores it, and lock up the first career triple-double for the do-everything Colgate Raider Tucker Richardson.
Fitting, right? And maybe his last game on this court, played so many and just does everything. Such a great student athlete, scholar athlete of the year in the Patriot League as well.
Again, first triple-double, Mo, since O'Donnell Foyle scored one in the '96 Patriot League championship game. 22 points, 15 rebounds, 10 blocks for the big man.
And I'm sure the big man's watching. A big fan of his Colgate Raiders. Certainly went to high school here in Hamilton and loves his Colgate University.
And then stayed home to play here for the local university at Colgate. Back-to-back Patriot League titles in '95 and '96 for that terrific team under the late Jack Bruin. And then no trips to the tournament since. And under Matt Langle, fourth 20-win season in program history, Mo. They've been playing basketball here for over 100 years, and the first 4 20-win seasons have been under that guy in the last 5 years.
Yeah, you take away the COVID year with the 5 straight 21 seasons for Matt Langle. What a job. Incredible program that he's built here at Colgate.
And playing more games nowadays than you did, but you get the sense of what the turnaround has been. And it took a while to get going here for Coach Langle and the Raiders now in year 12. First half of that tenure, not as successful as you would expect for a coach maybe to keep their job in this day and age, Mo.
Yeah, I coached against him early on in that early part of his career. I tell him that every time I see him, you know, by the way. So what a job he's done. His family's here. Got a chance to see his dad today and his wife the other day, his daughter, a good freshman basketball player here in Hamilton. And how about freshman? This guy is going to be special here in Hamilton.
Braden Smith rolling there, looking like he was as a quarterback in Seattle Prep there on the option, keep it or take it. Now giving it up for Lynch Daniels. Long rebound to Rivera. Lead feed Hines. He'll score it. Hines now with a half dozen.
Yeah, give this Lafayette Leopard team a lot of credit. They just won't quit. Found a way to get themselves here to the championship game. Incredible crowd in that American double overtime win. A lot of them made the trek up here today.
Now you can see the future here for Colgate. Get those dancing shoes on. Looks like the Raiders are going again. Now the Patriot League's pulled some shockers in the history of the NCAA tournament. Saw Bucknell back-to-back against Kansas and Arkansas, 05-06. C.J. McCollum leading Lehigh over Duke in 2012. And boy, Matt Langle's team in its 3 trips here in the last 4 years, Mo, they put a scare into Tennessee, double-digit lead against Arkansas, and right with Wisconsin for a long time last year, too.
Think about some of the former players. Jordan Burns, that terrific performance at Tennessee, and Will Raymond and Jack Ferguson. But I'll tell you what, this team in the NCAA tournament is really scary. Right now, our Jerry Palm has them as a 15 playing UCLA. That could change a little bit. But what makes Matt Langle's team so good and such a threat in the NCAA tournament, their experience. They've been there before. Their size, they're big at all positions. Their ability to shoot the ball, one of the best, if not the best, three-point shooting teams in the country. Those 3 things are a recipe for upsets in the NCAA tournament. So I'll tell you what, I'm circling them in my bracket. They hang on this last 6 minutes and change. I like their chances to win a game, if not a couple games in the NCAA tournament.
You look at the Langle family there in the mix. Wife Tara, 3 kids, Logan Ann, Luke, and Jackson certainly in the house. We have seen this story before here in recent years. Don't forget, more to come with our crew after this.
Tucker Richardson, Jason, has done everything he could possibly do in his career. And for whatever reason, he's got a little bit of the yips in the foul shooting department recently.
Rivera short. Mo, if you're looking at things that go against here, Colgate, is that call goes against Colgate, will stay with Lafayette. Again, the free throw shooting hasn't been a big issue tonight, 4 of 6, and also not super deep here. And Mo, Mrs. Richardson's been working with Tucker on free throw shooting?
She came up to me after the game on Sunday. We spent some time. She was so lovely. Thanked me for all of our kind words following Tucker through his career. And then she said, I'll tell you what, I got him in the gym by myself to work on his free throw shooting. Turns out she was a great player in high school in Georgia, went to Georgia Tech, and she said, I'll get him back on track shooting free throws. So I asked Tucker about that, and he laughed and smiled. Said, yeah, my mom said for her birthday, she wanted to work on my free throws.
Lynch Daniels with sweet moves. I wonder if his mom taught him that. Little shake and bake.
Get ready for that nickname in the NCAA tournament.
Oliver's dad looking on. Boy, no quitting. Leo O'Boyle, again, the lone senior for this Lafayette crew, and a foul there battling for the board. Walk into the other end.
Again, another guy transferred in, sat out, waited his time. Mentioned it in the first half. Matt Langle says just an absolute gym rat, constantly working in the gym. And isn't it great seeing all these parents? So much goes into getting to this point. So hard to get to that NCAA tournament and get to this point in your college career where you're winning and want to keep winning and keep playing. And that's what it's all about.
Records with the first. How about this, Mo? First 2 seasons for Oliver Lynch Daniels. Just at 33%. Look at the numbers. 52% the last 3 years here at Colgate. What's changed?
Hours and hours and hours of practice in the gym when nobody's looking. That's what's made him a great player, and he's just gotten better and better. And certainly Matt Langle and staff have put a lot of good players around him. They give this Lafayette team a lot of credit. They just have not given up here tonight.
Ryan Pettit, the freshman, able to stick a 3 here for Lafayette. So they keep firing away. Moffitt on the back down. Scores it again. He's got 9. Kick out from Jenkins. Jenkins back for O'Boyle. His 3 offline. And again, Lafayette, which hit a bucket load of 3s in the semis, just come up dry in that category tonight. 3 of 26 from long range. Well, up next, join our Inside College Basketball crew in the studio. Latest updates and all things conference tournaments as the road to the Final Four continues right here on CBS Sports Network. Sonberg back in. Colgate ready to see its name revealed in the bracket again this weekend. And Richardson, well, Mom Wendy's going to need to do a little more work potentially on the free throws. Pettit can't finish on the inside. Outlet here for Moffitt.
It's going to be an interesting thing as Tucker Richardson handles the basketball so much as they advance here in the NCAA tournament. Something he's done everything. Obviously, player of the year in the league, but struggling so much from the free throw line. Actually, in the quarterfinal, Army decided to try to foul him a little bit to slow the game down a little bit and just put him on the foul line in the semifinal. Excuse me.
And 5 of 9 overall here tonight as a team for the Raiders. Hasn't hurt them in the regular campaign. We'll see if it's a factor down the stretch. Rivera, so skilled offensively, give him another field goal and 13, a team high in the game. And now the foul in on Braden Smith. Lafayette's put up a fight, but Colgate less than 4 minutes away from going dancing again. Colgate getting ready to celebrate again. Raiders in control here at home. Let's take a look at the performance of the game. Fueled by Gatorade. Tucker Richardson, the architect of a lot of what's right for Colgate.
Hasn't he been special throughout his whole career, but tonight, 11 assists, 11 points, 11 rebounds, triple-double in the right place at the right time, and he is just the engine that makes them go. What a performance.
He's got 11, 11, and 11. If it ends up 13, 13, 13, this place would explode. You see the 13 in the keys here, and it's all over here at Colgate. Again, it's the lucky number of this school, founded in the 1800s by 13 men who offered $13 and 13 prayers, as the story goes. Every Friday the 13th, they don't fear it. They revere it here. It's a big celebration. It's called Colgate Day. The school zip code is 13346. That's a 13 plus the last three numbers add up to 13. The school address is 13 Oak Drive. They love their 13.
They sure do. Lucky 13. And here you see Tucker's mom. A great sign, and great to visit with her on Sunday. So proud, and how can you not be? What a performance.
Hey, you know parents are experienced. When the moms show up with signs to be in the stands that say Tucker's mom, Keegan's mom. They've done this before.
Yeah, exactly right.
Hey, for more on the signs, let's check in with Jamie.
Well, it's Tucker's mom who takes ownership of the sign. She has a photo from Tucker's freshman year where she did the same thing, where all the moms held up the name tags, and she couldn't find the photo she wanted to throw back, but there is a connection from his first year here, his first push to the NCAA tournament, and this one. I tell you, talking to the Richardson family, they are incredibly emotional tonight, knowing that this is Tucker's final home game here at Colgate. Dad didn't even want me to finish the question. He just said, please, I got to enjoy the moment.
Again, Tucker Richardson, Mo, when he first got on the scene here as a freshman 5 years ago, Matt Langle said he might have been like the 6th or 7th best guy on his AAU team. He was a young high school senior at year of prep school and extra development. And a lot of times a coach will say, hey, go to prep school and then come here. They go to prep school, they get really good, and then they go somewhere else. But kept his commitment here with Colgate and has been a unbelievable leader and performer for Matt Langle's team, and it's really been proven, Mo, in what they've done here in this 3-year stretch, especially here in this tournament.
Just incredible numbers. Matt Langle, you mentioned Tucker goes to Blair Academy, plays for Joe Mantegna, another great prep team, but then honored his commitment. Colgate found another gem, and they just continue to do that year in and year out.
Again, that stat, remarkable here. This is potentially a 9th straight Patriot League tournament game that they're going to win by maybe an average of 19 points in that neighborhood. And for Coach Langle, again, chance to match Ralph Willard at winning a 4th title as a Patriot League head coach. And this team, if it wins its 3rd in a row, and it looks to be a little over 3 minutes from happening, that would match Holy Cross and the run of 3 in a row from 2001 through 2003 for Coach Willard and the Crusaders is the most in a row in league history.
This is a dangerous, dangerous team in the postseason because of their size and experience, as we mentioned, and just their ability to shoot the basketball. They know how to win. Even the moms, they know, and the parents, they know how to be ready for big games. So does this group on the floor. They're just ready. When that ball goes up, they know how to win.
Wasn't always this way, Mo.
Yep.
First Patriot League title game in this run, in this 6-year stretch for Colgate. They went to Bucknell, and they got hammered. Lost by 28 in the final to an outstanding Bucknell team. He asked Matt Langle about that game. I said, what do you remember? He goes, couldn't wait for those guys to leave.
That's right. That great Bucknell run. And since that game, 5 straight Patriot League tournaments, and this could be another run to the NCAA tournament for Matt Langle.
Yeah, since getting hammered in that game, they have been the hammer, and the rest of the league has been the nail.
Sure.
And they have driven it through repeatedly here. The only negative in that run here in 2020 against Boston University, Joe Jones and the Terriers with a workman-like performance to grind it out and get it done, beating Colgate here in that final by 3. Richardson drains another triple, and the celebration continues. And Mo, this Lafayette team, you can't say enough about their strong will here down the stretch, considering everything that's gone on. Boy, Devin Hines fighting hard. Again, this team did not have the best start to the season. It's taken time, like McGarvey And his crew said, with all the distractions going on, said March was the greatest thing. Players understand what's at stake at this time.
Sure.
And they fought really hard here the last week plus.
And makes this league so great. Couple wins and you're right in the biggest game of your career on national TV. Chance to go to the NCAA tournament, and they have fought hard from the time the ball went up this afternoon. And tell you what, there's some good pieces on this Lafayette team, and I think they're going to be back in the mix here for years to come.
Again, Leo O'Boyle, the lone senior, but a lot of young, talented performers for the Leopards here in the future. Hines, and has really made a contribution off the bench. A little over 2 minutes left to go here for Colgate. Timeout on the floor. And we'll step aside here. Coronation for Colgate again, just around the corner. Back here at Cotterill Court. 2:02 left to go here in this Patriot League title game, this intimate setting, home of Colgate basketball. Not official yet, but pretty soon you'll be able to add a 6 there for Colgate in the tournament championship scoreline in men's basketball to match Bucknell and Holy Cross for the most in the 34-year league history. And Tucker Richardson, Mo, he's already the all-time leader in assists and steals here at Colgate. Now he's a 3 away from being the solo leader, passing Kyle Romer there. Again, the benefit of having 5 seasons, so the number's a bit inflated, but doesn't really over-inflate what he's meant to this program.
Meant so much on the court, off the court. Also the Scholar Athlete Award winner in the Patriot League, terrific student athlete, and certainly proud parents.
Think about that. Think about maxing your college career, right? He was the Rookie of the Year in the league. This year, he's Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Scholar Athlete of the Year. Nobody in the league's won all 4 of those in a career. He's a starter as a freshman. You take your team to 5 straight conference championship games, and you're a missed 3 maybe from tying the game, forcing overtime in 2020, from potentially running the table in all 5. Lynch Daniels on the run out. And the Raider fans getting ready to...
Hey, you can taste it now.
Yeah, look towards Selection Sunday. Again, Matt Langle got here in 2011, and it took time to build a consistent winner. Administration patient, stayed with him. First 6 years, won under 40% of his games. Last 6 years, he's won over 70%. Smith on the take, and he'll head to the free throw line.
That's what March is all about, isn't it? It's just hard to find the words, isn't it? It's really just incredible what a special young man, special team, and this community has embraced this team.
Smith at the free throw line. Super night for him, and now curtain call. Family in more ways than one here for this Colgate group. Moffitt, Lynch Daniels, accolades too for that contingent of seniors. Mike McGarvey wants to get some subs in as well for Lafayette and honor Leo O'Boyle. Again, senior, and the Lafayette fans that have made the trek up from Easton want to give him his due as well. Went over 1,000 points for his career in the semifinal round.
A great kid, tough competitor, boy.
final minute here from Hamilton. Records able to pull it in. Alex Capitano Jr. off the bench, getting some minutes here at the end. Brady Cummins, freshman from Maine, on the floor as well, along with Nicholas Louis-Jacques, the sophomore from Miami. And something else this program has never done: win 26 games in a season. They're going to do that here. As this Colgate team has been in rhythm throughout this campaign and essentially for the last half decade. Here in the Patriot League, the Raider reign continues. Colgate, a third straight Patriot League title and fourth in 5 years. And once again, Mo, here in this league, in this season, like they've done the last couple of seasons, they left no doubt.
They certainly didn't. From the beginning of the way this tournament started right to the finish, they've been the best team. They won the regular season, and now on their way back to another NCAA tournament for Matt Langle.
Sixth NCAA trip in school history for this program. Third in a row, fourth in 5 years. Program record 26 straight win, their 9th in a row and their 20th in their last 21 games. They will head in to the madness of March here in the NCAA tournament, having lost one time by 1 point since right before Christmas.
Just an incredible run. Said you had to go back to early December when they went on a little losing streak, and since then they have been the best team.
Well, the celebration is on. Guys who've been in this spot before, let's see what they have to say. Here's Jamie.
Tucker Keegan, congratulations. Tucker, you've spent the most formative years of your life on this campus, in this gym, and you're going back to the NCAA tournament. What was this night like for you?
I'm speechless. Again, it was incredible. I've been so lucky in my 5 years here now. We have the best fans in the Patriot League, one of the best fan bases in the country. And when Colorado Court's rocking, I feel like no one can beat us here.
How much does your veteran presence, the fact that you guys probably spend more time together than you need to, got you to another NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I just feel like once we get a lead, we're just so hard for teams to come back on us because we've been in so many big games over the years. So, yeah, it's a credit to the guys that have been here and stuck with the program and put their all, their heart, blood, sweat, and tears in this program. And I'm just so happy for this program.
This gym, this court was lifted up when you were taken out one final time here. What did that moment mean to you?
It's hard to process. I knew going into the game it was my last game here, but now thinking about it, it's crazy and it's sad and happy at the same time. But I'm just so thankful for my time here, for sure.
Keegan, how can you put into words the fact that this guy puts out a triple-double and this, I know?
Now I'm speechless. I didn't know that was the thing. I mean, he worked so hard. He put so much time here. I mean, he deserves it. All the credit to him. It's incredible.
Your coach told me that intensity and skill set and decision-making got you guys here. Why are those the things that are so important for an NCAA tournament?
Yeah, it's just the things that you have to do to be successful on the court. I think all the guys on our team do it really well in practice and in games every day. I mean, so it's just, I'm speechless right now. It's an incredible feeling. Just really happy to be back here again and be winning. So.
Matt Langle got you guys here to go an entire season again with him. You've been through a lot as a group. Does it make it any more special to know that this is your last time on this home court together?
It's incredible. I love playing with Tuck. It's just been awesome. I'm at a loss for words, man. And these are my brothers, and this whole team is a family. Everybody that's part of the program is a family. So, you know, we still got time left to play together. I know it's the last one in this court, but we're not done yet. So.
And you'll fill this place on Sunday to hear your name at the bracket. Congratulations.
Exactly. Thank you.
Keegan Records, Tucker Richardson celebrating again. Jamie, thanks. Trophy presentation on standby and a hug from Dad. More from Hamilton, New York coming up here. We'll be back with that trophy presentation in a bit. But for now, for Mo Casera, Jamie Erdahl, and our entire CBS crew, this is Jason Knapp saying so long from Central New York. 79-61 the final. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. For now, back to New York. Adam Zucker and company, take it away.
All right, thank you very much, Jason. A safe trip down Route 81 for you, sir. We're going to have the trophy presentation shortly. Jamie Erdahl is going to run the show there. Colgate still runs the Patriot League, and it's just never in doubt in this one, Shelvin. The threes were flying. We saw a triple-double as well in this game.
Yes, Tucker Richardson did a great job of coming out controlling the pace. Got off to a great start. In the first half, finding guys open, came out, played. I think they're going to be a very dangerous team come Sunday.
No question. They're going to be a dangerous team if they can really man the paint and rebound with some of the bigger schools, you know, that they're going to have to face in the NCAA tournament. It's going to all be up to Keegan Records, Tucker Richardson. Both those guys are going to have to rebound by committee, but what a performance today. They absolutely blew Lafayette off the floor. They push pace, they put pressure on you, and they are a very skilled basketball team.
Very skilled basketball team for a half decade now. Colgate has won at least a share of the last 5 Patriot League regular season titles. They're going to the last 4 NCAA tournaments. Adam, who needs a Donald Foyle when you have Matt Langel?
Well, and when you have Tucker Richardson, first triple-double since a Donald Foyle back in '96. They had to build a separate dorm because of how popular Foyle made Colgate. You'll have much more to say.
This is a mid-major dynasty because of that guy, Matt Langel. A mid-major dynasty.
And a program record 26 wins this year. The trophy presentation is getting set up as we speak. We'll have that and a full Inside College Basketball as we continue. A public service announcement. The Hourglass is open until 2 a.m. as Colgate celebrates its 4th straight NCAA tournament appearance, Patriot League champions. And for the trophy presentation, we send it back out to Jamie Erdahl.
Welcome back to Hamilton, New York. Colgate, your winners of the Patriot League tournament for the 3rd year in a row. Congratulations. This is the commissioner of the Patriot League, Jennifer Heppel. Jennifer, Colgate now joins Bucknell and Holy Cross as schools that have won 6 Patriot League tournaments. What does that mean for this school?
It's been an amazing run these last few years for Colgate, and we couldn't ask for better representation for the Patriot League.
Representation and quite the crowd here, too, Coach. How amazing is this environment for your team?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Our crowd here at Cotterell is a driving force. We love to play here, and we couldn't be more appreciative of everybody's support.
Coach, you have 2 players that just played their final game in this arena. They've spent hours and a lot of years of their life playing for you, and Oliver Lynch-Daniels and Tucker Richardson. Can you just speak on what they mean to you in your time here?
Yeah, there aren't words to describe those 2 guys. You know, Tucker went on a plan to try and make this happen years and years ago, and he went to a year of prep school, and he's been as winning a player as I've ever been around. I say all the time, every coach deserves to coach a Tucker Richardson. Oliver, there's no harder worker to come here after his journey and lead the country in three-point shooting and become the all-time leading three-point shooter. It's quite a testament to his hard work. So super proud of those 2 guys and excited to take them into the NCAA tournament.
These guys were just cracking jokes back here that they want you to crack a smile. You think you're going to see it on Sunday when you hear your name called to go to the NCAA tournament again?
This is certainly a great reward. These guys have worked so hard, and I'm so happy for their success and for what they've accomplished as a team.
Guys, you got a trophy and you got your coach to smile. Congratulations once again to the Patriot League champions. Adam Zucker, back to you in New York City as the Colgate Raiders celebrate their Patriot League championship here in Hamilton, New York.
Oh, great stuff, Jamie. Great stuff. And yeah, we got an extra hoist out of the deal right there as that trophy starts to make the rounds. And this is a team, the top three-point shooting team in the country, guys, that could spell absolute danger for elite programs around the nation as we get into the NCAA tournament.
Well, you like to remind yourself that they already beat Syracuse early on in the season, so they're not afraid with competing with the Power 5 conference and those high major schools. This team, I think, has gotten a lot better throughout the course of the year. They're on a big-time winning streak. I love the style of play that they play with. They do not turn the ball over at all, although obviously they're going to deal with a little bit more pressure defense and a little bit more effective defenders in the NCAA tournament. But if they can just execute their offense and rebound their positions, I think they have a chance to pull off an upset in the first round.
Well, that's the thing that's missing from the Matt Langel era, because he's done everything else. I mean, he's dominated the Patriot League in Hamilton, New York. Again, with all due respect, at any mid-major level, it's impressive to do what he's done. To do what he's done in Hamilton, New York, I mean,
beautiful.
It's not Pepperdine. Let's be serious right now.
Hey, it has to be one of the top 10 most scenic campuses, though.
Oh, it's beautiful. Great disc golf, all of it.
What?
But, you know, but you have to look at this. A share of 5 Patriot League regular season titles in a row, 4 straight NCAA tournaments. The only thing that's missing is a win in the NCAA tournament. They were close with Arkansas a couple of years ago. They played close with Tennessee the year before that. Colgate's in a situation now where, again, they're going to be a tough out. They pushed Wisconsin last year, too.
Try to do what Bucknell did how many ever years ago?
Well, Bill Self's first year at Kansas, which you remember, again, was the 03-04 season, where Chris McNaughton and Bucknell knocked off Kansas.
What about Lehigh?
Lehigh, 2012, C.J. McCollum.
15-2.
That's right.
And then they blew the lead against Xavier. Some of us remember a little bit. not at your levels.
You want to keep going? We can.
No.
The hard drive. But I love them a lot. They have the 3 things you need to win in a tournament. They have experience. They don't turn the ball over, and they make their threes. And whenever you're playing against a team like that, it's very tough to beat. And the one thing I do love most about their tournament is having the championship at home. You know, a lot of times you just play on the road. A lot of students going to get to come to games.
Yep.
You know, they said earlier they had lacrosse players, football players would be at the game to support their teammates and classmates, so that's a big thing for me.
Oh, yeah, much better than a neutral site, especially the way Colgate fills it up. And now they get to put their name on the bracket. We'll find out, of course, when Greg Gumbel brings us the selection show Sunday on CBS, but Colgate joins Texas A&M Corpus Christi as the other men's team punching their ticket today. We still have the Big Sky Conference Championship coming up later tonight. Fairleigh Dickinson was the first one to punch their ticket because they won their semifinal, and Merrimack not eligible for the NCAA tournament this year. They were our guests in studio earlier. Lots more to get to here on Inside College Basketball.